Hit the like button. Hit the like button. Hit the like button. Here we go with another one for Kendra. Kendra.
Okay, what's your name, Sandy? Where you calling me from?
I'm calling you from Vermont, where I go to school.
Wait a minute. We need to make sure Sandy is 18. Sandy look like 14. Don't she look like a kid? Like, see, I wouldn't even trust this right here. I don't care what they say. Kendra don't ask for no ID.
School, but I'm originally from Chicago.
Okay, do you live in Vermont?
Now I do, yeah.
Okay,
I have a small apartment, studio apartment. I'm 27, just turned 27.
She a lie. She don't look nothing like no 27. Are you serious right now? She look 14. Wow.
Okay, and you said what do you go to school for?
I'm a medical student.
Medical student. How do you pay your
with a
bills?
master's degree in pathology.
How do you pay your bills?
I have my student loans from financial aid,
Okay,
and then
got it.
my master's degree they paid me, so
Okay.
I'm working off of that.
All right, so we got Sandy, Vermont, 27, medical student. Do you have any kids?
No.
What kind of man are you looking for?
I'm looking for someone that has a very kind heart, someone that is an animal lover, compassionate, someone that has good music taste, because I play 5 instruments, so I'm really into that, and I feel like that tells a lot about.
All right, she's a geek. She's one of those geeky girls. She probably a 2, 3, no more than that. Let's not even try to be generous with it. She looks like she's young, very young. She's accomplished academically. She's accomplished musically. She plays 5 instruments. What you gonna do with that? I mean, seriously, what are we gonna do with this? Right? Maybe she's mentally mature. That's probably it. She's very mentally mature, but I wonder why she hasn't gotten a boyfriend before now.
What about okay, that's the next question. Should he look a certain way?
No. They don't have to be a specific, like, I don't have a type. I've dated, like, across the board, for better or for worse, so no.
All right, what about
just
money?
over 5'5".
Over 5'5". What about money? Should he make a certain amount of money?
So I'll be a doctor. Hopefully, pediatric doctor is what I'm looking to go into by 2026. So
that's why she don't have a boyfriend. She ain't had no time. She ain't got no time right now. She said 2026. What year is it? 2024? She still got a whole year and a half before she can deal with another man. And once she get that pediatric doctor, once she's the doctor and doing pediatric stuff, what kind of room is she gonna have for a family and a husband and all of that outside of that? See, a lot of people make that mistake. What you do when you're studying is probably gonna be the same thing that you do after you have a job, except it's gonna be double, right? Because it's going to be your job. You're not going to be coming home when you want to. You're going to be doing internships. You're going to be doing all kinds of shit. And that's another 4 or 5 years before you get done and you're ready to really concentrate on a relationship. And 4 or 5 years added on to her 27 makes it, she's not going to be having no kids until she's like 35. Right? So that's why she ain't got no boyfriend. And that's why she's not going to be able to get married and find a man who's willing to wait until she gets done with school and do all of that. Because ain't nobody finna knock her off track. She's a straight up dweeb. Okay? That's what she is. Nothing wrong with that, except she ain't got time for you. 5, 6 years. Then she might have time. And I doubt it very seriously then too, because you have to get to some kind of uh, seniority before you can do what you want to do when you're a doctor and have the lifestyle that you want to outside of that.
They have to be able to provide for themselves and make, like, when I become a resident, I'll be making around like 60, 70K.
And she gonna be a resident. Wow. That means she gonna be on call like a mother, which means she ain't got no time, have no babies, no boyfriend. What is she talking about? What does she want you for right now? See what I'm saying? Why does she want you right now? Why does she need to have a boyfriend when she knows she ain't got no time for you? She ain't got no time for you.
But residency is going to be around like 3 to 4 years. So eventually, like, I'm investing in myself, in my financial stability. So I want someone to be either in the process of doing that or making over like 6 figures and over. Yeah.
So what's the minimum amount of money he should make, honey?
At the phase that I am in my life, I would say like 75,
Okay.
70.
70 at the phase, but with growth, because you want him to make
So
more
with growth, exactly, because I'm going to be making over 6 figures. I mean, yeah.
So
I'm
you
going to be a
want him to
doctor,
So you want him to make as much or more than you eventually?
Yes, but we don't have to be making the same amount of money. Like, I may be making less, or they may be making less, but it has to be like they are working towards making more, not just stagnant, if that makes sense.
It does, but let me just ask this question. So let's just say
she asking for what every woman has been asking for. I would like you to make something closer to me and then have some growth and potential with it. Nothing wrong with that. Is she going to be able to get that? No. I can tell her that right now, simply because the only way she gonna get that is if the dude is doing the same thing she's doing, going to school to be a doctor, and they can have lunch together when they not at work, or sleep together on weekends or something like that. Other than that, ain't no way nobody gonna put up with that schedule, because being a resident is hard. You may have to work 24 hours, 48 hours in a row, and it's just weird hours, man. No.
I know you're saying you're on a growth path, but let's say he stops at 70K. That's his highest salary. Is he an option?
Like, that is his cap, and he's
That's
just
his cap.
not looking to make anything more.
I'm asking, yeah. So like, if he makes 70, let's just say 75, but that's his cap.
And that's it. No.
See, this is what we're saying. This is what not a lot of eligible men are going to sacrifice like she's doing, and she's doing it, and then she wants you to do it, and y'all just ain't gonna coincide. It just ain't gonna work. It's a relationship killer, right? It's a relationship killer. You don't have no time for her. She don't have no time for you. Disaster.
Grow further, if that makes sense.
No, I understand what you're saying. I was just trying to get clarity. Okay, so 70K now, but only with growth potential. If 70K is where you are capping out, don't reach out to her. Could he have kids?
I love kids. Like I said, I want to go into pediatrics, but and I also would love to adopt kids. No, it's not. Yeah, they can have kids.
Do you want kids yourself? Correct.
Like I said, I have like OB-GYN issues, so I don't.
See, I knew. I was looking at her and saying, something is off. She can't have children. So she says she has issues, which probably means she can't have children, which means you all would have adopted children, which means whatever children you come to the relationship with would be the only children that you would get is the ones that you have. Okay, got it. Got it.
I don't know if I'm gonna
I
be
missed
able
that.
to have kids of my own, like
Okay.
especially like with the female mortality rate when it comes to Black women and stuff like that. And I already had to have a surgery, so I don't know. I mean, I could, but I just having like assisted in delivering babies and stuff, I just don't know if that's something that I'm willing to go through. And I have a lot of autoimmune issues in my family, so I just don't know if I know I could, but it would have to be a conversation.
Gotcha. If you meet a man, he makes 75K, that's what his job pays, that's his cap. Is he an option for you or not?
If he can do for himself, yeah, he's an option, 100%.
Okay.
Yeah, she's a good option. Okay, she's a good option. Let's not be wrong. She's a good option if you're looking for somebody who doesn't want kids, someone who's not going to be there in your face all day, someone who probably will be loyal, someone who's not going to be ready to settle down immediately, maybe dating, seeing each other, living together, but she's not ready to raise a family. She's not ready to do all of those things. She's going to be working 16 hours a day plus for the next 4 years when she gets into her residency, and then she's going to have to build herself up once she gets the residency done and over with, okay? So you're looking at a good, I'd say 5-6 years before you can even think about maybe having a kid. Maybe this is the profession she went into so she wouldn't have to deal with having children because she loves children so much, but she's having issues with having children. She's a good candidate, except she really doesn't have time for a man in her life. Nothing wrong with that. I told you, the sex drive is a motherfucker. Sex drive is a motherfucker, and that will drive the ugliest candidates out into the streets looking for somebody to touch them in the middle of the night, even when they know they don't qualify.